Hey there, students. It's Maya, the college advisor. For those of you that don't have Instagram, or if you do have Instagram and you missed it this week, we did our virtual career advice workshop on our Instagram story. We had a few different professionals that live here in the Kansas City area tell us about their job and how they got there and what their major was, and a lot of other cool stuff about what it is that they do. So we're just gonna show you that now in case you missed it. And yeah, feel free to let us know if you have any questions, or if you have questions for those professionals, just reach out to your college advisor and we can get in contact with them. Then y'all can get in contact and talk about what they do all day and how they got there. So I'm gonna share my screen. All right, so to start Instagram, go ahead and follow us if you do have Instagram. And here we go.
The favorite part about being a special education teacher is being able to have the opportunity to be able to work with students on a more individualized basis to better meet their needs. I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I was a senior in high school. Knew I had a passion for history and social studies, and I knew I wanted to work with students or children. So common sense told me to go and be a teacher. Best advice I could give for a student going and wanting to go pursue education would be to take as many psychology courses in college as possible to better be able to go and understand behaviors and be able to go and understand the mind, especially for adolescents or younger, to be able to better go and spice up your classroom. Something I wish I would have known before going off from college was better understanding budgeting and finances, specifically student loans, to have a better understanding of how student loans actually work and how to make sure to kind of go and have a better understanding of the interest and principal and other principles that go along with the loans.
So I went to college at Kansas State University and I majored in architecture. So I singled out a couple of universities that had good architecture programs, applied to a few, and I was fortunate enough to live in a state that has a couple of accredited programs. So I was able to get in-state tuition. And I've always kind of enjoyed creation and drawing and building. I used to build models and draw buildings when I was a kid. So I think architecture seemed like a pretty natural fit for some of the creative outlets I have when I was little. And I think growing up and just needing to see more about buildings, what they do for people and communities, became a pretty obvious choice for me. I think to be an architect, there's a lot of things you can learn and a lot of skills you can improve on. But I would say learning to communicate clearly is probably one of the primary skills that you'll want as an architect. And that means that if you have great ideas, just being able to communicate them via drawings, models, just talking. Communication is really going to be the kind of key skill that you'll want to learn and hone so that when you do have great ideas and great designs, you're able to communicate Yeah, for me, I feel like there's a pretty wide range of what architects do. For me, it usually looks like I'm at a desk for about 8 hours a day. Occasionally, I'll be out on site, so I'll put on a hard hat, go inspect things on a construction site, kind of make sure that what I drew and designed is being built properly. But typically, I'm at a desk and I'll work on the computer and a little bit of sketching by hand. It'll involve a lot of working kind of in drawing software. So I model a lot in 3 dimensions on the computer, and then occasionally I'll sketch with my hands just to kind of get an idea done quickly and then we'll input it in the computer after. So apart from sitting at my desk, I'd say collaborate quite a bit throughout the day, so I'll spend a lot of time with my coworkers and colleagues. My office, also around the country and around the world that I communicate with on all kinds of different conference calls. Some of the challenges that I'm facing are just working with people across different offices. So I spoke a bit about just conference calls and working with people. Architects are sort of the quarterback of the design team. So we've got consultants with all different types, and they're all across the country in different offices. So working with structural engineers, mechanical engineers, lighting designers. We really are kind of the architect is kind of coordinating all of it. So we're constantly kind of directing other teams and other people, and I think just kind of managing all of the different people we work with and keeping the relationships kind of all everybody difficult part of what we do. It's something that you don't really get in school. For me, my favorite memory so far in my short career of 5 years as an architect is walking into a building that I worked on and seeing it realized. In school, it's an amazing thing to design buildings. You get to do images of it and build models of it and draw it, but until you walk into a real building that got built and see the people using it, it's just not the same. So I can think of a few different projects that had the opportunity to just walk into a finished building, and it's an incredible feeling. So a project I got to work on right out of school was a renovation of the Hard Rock Stadium in the Miami Dolphins, and they just actually this past year. So getting to work on a project that scale.
Hey everybody, my name is Leon Edwards and I'm an operational supply specialist at Ultrasource in Kansas City. I also have my own communications consulting business called Noel Communications in its early stages as well. I got my bachelor's degree in business marketing from Baker University and will be finishing my master's degree in integrated marketing communications at the University of Kansas. Going into undergrad, I struggled between business marketing and econ for my major, but when I took my first economics class in college, my decision was pretty much made for me. I realized that econ was something that I was good at and I could understand it easily, but it wasn't really a passion of mine. But I always did love the idea of studying how and why people make the decisions they make when they're shopping and buying products, and the ideas behind different advertisements and commercials that we see on TV. So I decided marketing was my passion and I pursued that. Some of the skills you need to be successful in marketing are empathy, good communication skills, teamwork, analytical skills, creativity, and a big imagination. I want to jump back to empathy because that's not one that you'll hear a whole lot from people when they tell you the skills that you need, but it's one that I kind of had to look at and develop on my own. Because as you get into the marketing world, you understand that it's important. You'll be looking to share messages and communicate with different people who don't have the same background as you, who aren't like you, who don't have the same interests as you. So you have to put yourself in their shoes, understand where they'll be coming from in the buying process, and then kind of look at the situation from their point of view. And that's a big one that I think a lot of people really don't recognize when they talk about the skills that you need for marketing. A typical day as a marketing professional can be so much different depending on the company you work for and the specific role that you're in. It can include anything from graphic design, internal communications, product development, sponsorships, and you can even get into agency work where you have more than one client or responsibility. Those are just a few examples, but there are many more out there, and that's something else that makes marketing unique. Is that you can utilize your skills in so many different roles, so many different positions throughout your career, and the day-to-day activities in each of those can look totally different. I say one of the biggest challenges with marketing is that the lines between marketing and sales get blurred a lot, and many companies don't really understand the differences, and they don't value marketing enough to make it its own entity and put resources to it. Because of this, sometimes in a marketing position, you can find yourself either working closely as an extension of a sales team on a daily basis, or even in a sales position that may or may not even have marketing elements to it. In those situations, I'd advise you to learn all you can about the sales side of the business and also the customers of the business and incorporate marketing elements into your own approach. People will take notice. Management will recognize your success and they'll want to emulate it, and customers will develop loyalty to you and also your organization. It's also good to remember that not everyone looks at business and customers the way that a marketer does. Some of the things that you can suggest and offer may be obvious to you, but they won't be as obvious to other people on your team or even the managers of your team. So don't be afraid to make suggestions or present unique ideas, no matter how crazy they may sound. A lot of those things end up becoming game changers for a lot of companies. Thanks a lot for listening, and good luck on you guys' career journeys.
All right, my name is Monfoy Lewis. I am currently a bank loans senior associate at State Street Bank and Trust. Let's see, I'm trying to think. Graduated from Kansas State University with a bachelor's in finance. So I currently kind of work in the financial services industry, institutional banking. Really, I chose this career path because finance is pretty important. So I work in an industry where a lot of minorities don't necessarily exist. So it's pretty cool to kind of have my hand in basically institutional banking, working with clients that need their money kept, maintained, moved over. Some of the skills that you probably want to have in this industry, I'd say decent at math, analytical, so you got to be able to solve problems, really think through certain issues, willingness to learn, of course. You're going to be working with a lot of different programs, Excel, things of that nature. So you definitely want to learn and be sponge and absorbing a lot of knowledge. I'm trying to think what else. Those are some of the main ones that I would say are important skills. Alright, so a typical day for me, it kind of varies. A lot of it is interacting with my clients constantly. They want to know kind of how their money's going, where it's moving to, as well as like kind of breaking down certain reports that we break down for them. So a lot of emails, a lot of macros in terms of Excel, getting those ran, running reports, reporting for my clients, a lot of reconciliation. So if you're familiar with like accounting, finance, it's basically taking one side and trying to make it match up with the other. So it's a lot of that stuff to make sure everything remains in line according to the client. It's all about the client where I work. So that's kind of like a day to day. Yeah, pretty cool. So any advice I'd give to just anyone looking to get into my field, be a sponge, learn as much as you possibly can. Just research the industry, learn about how the economy is moving, what companies are doing, what effects are playing into the industry. A along with that, I just say just learn as much as you can about Excel, learn your spreadsheets, just talk to people. There's plenty of programs, there's plenty of things where you gain mentorship in my field for sure, so that you can learn as much as you can. In terms of internships, I was an intern at State Street, I think back in 2016, where I worked for another team, different than where I work now. That was a good introduction to the company, the values, just some of the things that goes on day to day. If you're looking for an internship, I'd say definitely go to our website or LinkedIn. So if you have a LinkedIn, definitely use that. That's a good way to look at internship opportunities in Kansas City, but also in our Boston office. I think our Sacramento office might have like a few internships here and there as well. So all of them are different. If you want to work in the Kansas City office, you get to learn a lot of tasks that kind of help create the information for the client. If you want to work in Boston, work more in front of the client, that's an avenue to explore as well. So a lot of internship opportunities, also explore other realms of the financial industry, banking, things of that nature.
My name is Zoe Pichette. I'm a licensed practical nurse at St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver. I'm the first stop and the last stop when you come into the hospital, and I'm the one that assures continuity of care. I come in the morning and I take a report from the previous shift, and then I go and I check on all my patients, make sure they're okay. I'll administer medications, injections, I'll do a wound care, I'll monitor your ins and outs, which means how much fluids that come into your body. The majority of my job entirely surrounds all the assessments that I do of you during the day, and I document everything. A registered nurse and a licensed practical nurse is entirely defined by my scope of practice. My scope of practice states that I look after stable patients with predictable outcomes. So the sicker you are, the more chances you're going to be with a registered nurse. I work 8-hour shifts, 6 days in a row, 2 days off. When you start off on an on-call basis, you take the hours that you're given. There's nothing really specific in terms of hours. You just can't be afraid to work the long hours or the short hours. Licensed practical nurse, you have to be comfortable enough to speak with people. You need to glean information from them, talking to them and making them feel comfortable and trust you with their personal information. You have to be extremely good with your hands at this job because you hold many little finicky tools and you're doing many things with your hands at the same time. This entire job is about paying attention to detail. And it's tiny little things that people would think are innocuous are sometimes the most important. Saved lives. I've been there while doing CPR and chest compressions, and the doctors are there, and you get a heart rhythm back. That feeling, that gratification, you go to bed knowing that you've been productive and you've been a good person every day.
All right, so that was the career advice workshop thing that we did on our Instagram. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions, and we'll get back to you. Thanks for watching. Bye.